Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to share a hilarious tale of my ongoing battle with my alarm clock, relentless, timekeeping nemesis that seemed to have a personal vendetta against my sleep. I call it the Battle of the Persistent Alarm Clock. It all started on a fateful Monday morning, a day when my cozy bed felt like a paradise I wasn't ready to leave. My alarm clock, on the other hand, had different plans. It played the role of a drill sergeant, ready to wake me up at the crack of dawn. But this wasn't your run-of-the-mill alarm. It was one of those sonic boom alarms designed for heavy sleepers. It had a speaker loud enough to startle a bear out of hibernation. So, there I was, in the middle of a blissful dream, when suddenly, the alarm unleashed its fury. It was like waking up inside a rock concert, with a drummer gone berserk. I jumped out of bed, convinced that a major earthquake had hit, only to find my alarm clock bellowing its siren song of, "Wake up or else." In a half-asleep stupor, I fumbled for the snooze button. I hit it, and the noise stopped. I sighed with relief, thinking I'd won the battle. Little did I know, the alarm clock was just getting started. As I crawled back into bed, hoping for a few more minutes of precious sleep, my alarm clock took this as a challenge. It resumed its relentless wailing precisely 9 minutes later. It was as if it had a personal vendetta against my sleep. I wrestled with the covers, trying to find the snooze button, but my alarm clock had it all figured out. It was like a hide-and-seek master, always just out of reach. This cat-and-mouse game continued for what felt like an eternity, with my alarm clock blaring its annoying war cry every 9 minutes. At some point, I started to question whether I'd accidentally purchased a sadistic AI-powered alarm clock that had developed a cruel sense of humor. In the end, I surrendered to the persistent alarm clock, realizing that it had won this battle. I decided to get up, accept my fate, and start my day. The moral of the story? If you're ever in the market for an alarm clock, make sure it's on your side, or you might find yourself in an epic battle of wills with a relentless, noise-making adversary. Now I'm going to share a story about the day I went to the park and met the Squirrel Whisperer. One sunny Saturday, I decided to visit the local park for a relaxing afternoon. Little did I know that it would turn into one of the funniest park adventures of my life. As I strolled through the park, enjoying the fresh air and the sound of chirping birds, I noticed an unusual sight at a nearby bench. There was a person sitting there, talking animatedly to the squirrels. Yes, you heard it right, talking to squirrels. This person, who I later came to know as Squirrel Whisperer Sam, was engaged in a full-fledged conversation with a squirrel perched on the bench beside them. They chatted about the weather, shared the latest park gossip, and even discussed their favorite acorn gathering techniques. At first, I thought I might be witnessing a peculiar one-off situation, but as I continued to walk, I couldn't help but notice more and more squirrels converging around Squirrel Whisperer Sam. It was like a scene from a Disney movie, with woodland creatures coming to life to interact with a human. Curiosity got the better of me, so I decided to strike up a conversation with Squirrel Whisperer Sam. I asked, "How on earth did you become a Squirrel Whisperer?" Sam, a friendly and jovial person, chuckled and said, "Well, it all started when I accidentally dropped my peanut butter sandwich here one day. A squirrel grabbed it, and I apologized to it. From that day on, I've been talking to the squirrels, and they just love hanging out with me." We talked for a while, and I was amazed at how Sam had become friends with these furry park residents. They even gave Sam a nickname, Nutty Buddy. The park adventure continued as Sam introduced me to some of the squirrels by name. There was Chubby Cheeks, Speedy the Acorn Bandit, and Sir Squirrelton, to name a few. We all sat together on the bench, sharing stories about our lives and enjoying the sunny afternoon. I left the park that day with a new friend in Sam and a funny story to tell. I realized that sometimes, the most unexpected encounters can turn an ordinary trip to the park into an extraordinary adventure, filled with laughter and the charm of nature's little creatures. The last story is going to be called The Great Supermarket Hide and Seek. Once upon a time, in the bustling aisles of a massive supermarket, I found myself in a rather amusing and slightly embarrassing situation. It all started innocently enough, with a trip to the store with my parent. Now, my parent was an adventurous spirit, and they always loved a good game of hide and seek. No matter where we went, they would occasionally hide behind a clothing rack or a stack of cans, and I would have to find them. It was a fun way to keep things interesting during shopping trips. On this particular day, my parent decided it was time for another round of hide and seek, and I couldn't resist the challenge. With a sly grin, they disappeared into the store, and I began counting. 1, 2, 3. I called out, making it all the way to 10, before setting off to find them. I zigzagged through the aisles, checking behind the cereal boxes and under the fruit stands, but my parent was nowhere to be found. I called out, ready or not, here I come, but there was no response. It seemed like my parent had taken this game very seriously and was hiding exceptionally well. As I continued to search, I started to attract the attention of other shoppers. They watched me with amusement as I combed the store, frantically trying to locate my hidden parent. I even enlisted the help of a few kind-hearted strangers who joined the search party. Time ticked away, and I was starting to get worried. Maybe my parent had actually gone to another part of the store, and this was no longer part of the game. That's when I decided to ask an employee for help. After describing my parent and the game we were playing, the employee made an announcement over the store's intercom. Attention shoppers, we have a missing parent hiding somewhere in the store. Please be on the lookout for parent's name. A mixture of laughter and concern filled the store as shoppers joined the quest to find my parent. Eventually, the game came to a conclusion when I spotted my parent's familiar sneakers sticking out from behind a towering display of paper towels. With a chuckle, I declared, "Found you." My parent emerged from their hiding place, and we both laughed at the hilarity of the situation. The game had turned into a store-wide event, with strangers sharing in the amusement. From that day on, we decided to retire hide and seek in the supermarket. We couldn't help but smile every time we remembered the time we inadvertently turned a simple shopping trip into a community game of hide and seek. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. If you found it valuable, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel for more content. Remember to hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. If you have any thoughts, questions, or ideas related to today's video, please share them in the comments section below. I love hearing from you and engaging in conversations with my awesome viewers. Thanks again for your support. I appreciate each and every one of you. So, until next time, stay awesome, keep learning, and remember that you have the power to make a positive impact in your world. See you in the next video.